Okay. All right. So next up, we have Escondido Union High School District Cal Safe program. Alicia Young, come on up.
All right, good afternoon. I feel very privileged to be here and to follow your incredible presentation. I love what you guys are doing at your school. So we have our mini grant is covering our garden. We have a program I'll forward so you can see a little bit more. This is just a summary of our program, but it's a teen parent program in the Escondido Union High School District, which means that we serve two generations because we have the parents and we have the children. We have a child care on our site. And right now we currently have about 40 to 45 students in our program in the district. And if they want to utilize our childcare, then they transfer over to our site. They use our childcare, and then we get to raise up the babies in our program and get to educate them. And then I also have a parenting class that I teach in the mornings. So I have right now I have only moms, but dads are allowed to be in the program as well. But I meet with them. We all together go out and we plant the garden and harvest and do a lot of these activities together. So I'll show you a lot of the pictures of what we get to do. So this is just us preparing the soil. I'm going to make it really simple because for me, I feel like photos say so much. But we had a chance, actually, Easter Seals Early Head Start had already purchased some of the garden beds for us. So we started to prep the soil, and then we found out about this grant, and we were like, we were stuck. We didn't have enough money to continue our program. So this grant allowed us to see it full circle. So we're preparing the soil. We have 4 different garden beds, and it's in the front area of our childcare. And the goal is to just allow the families to see produce, to see harvest from the very first day until until the end, until the preparation of the recipes. Most of our students are in the inner city. Most of them are raised in a poverty neighborhood. They don't have a backyard. They don't have much space, and the children are not always exposed to fresh, healthy foods. So, this is the opportunity to touch and to feel the entire experience of the garden. So, we really felt like it was important to expose them to each of these opportunities. So here we are. We went all together, all of our childcare staff, all of our children, and all of our parents went out and we planted together. And it was so wonderful. I wanted to especially show you. So this mama, every time she went outside, she just had this calmness and this smile that came on her face. She looked so peaceful. She loved it. But this mama here in the middle, I could not show the video, but she actually took her baby's shoes off, grabbed a piece of dirt, and rubbed the dirt on her baby's feet without any sort of instruction. And it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So that was just a wonderful experience. And then this little guy on the end, as you can imagine, I think he had a mouthful of dirt after a couple of minutes, but he was exploring it. He was touching it. He was raking it. And his mom the other day when we were talking about places to dysregulate or like to overcome dysregulation, she was saying the garden. Like for her, the garden is the place. So we planted a lot of things. We planted tomatoes, strawberries, winter squash, cucumbers, radishes, lettuce, broccoli, basil, cilantro, and soon we will plant pumpkins. And then when we come back for the school year, the pumpkins should be ready for the fall. And we have a fall harvest festival with our program. So we have pumpkins everywhere when we get back. Here we are planting the garden. We planted seeds and we planted starts. So the little plants that you get just depending upon the item. But the kids got to help with all of it. We didn't worry about placement. We didn't worry about perfection. We wanted them to just get their hands in the dirt and experience the process. So here they are. These are the toddlers that were helping, but even the babies got to touch the plants. And then we got to harvest the garden. We had multiple harvests, but this one was we did a salsa one day. I think I have a picture of it. And then a different day, we had a large community salad. So I will show you that. And we just thought this one radish in the middle was so cool because it was shaped like a heart. All right. Here we are. The tomatoes were really like that tomato plant just took off. And then we picked a lot of different things for the lettuce or for the salad. So here we're preparing the food. Our toddler program, our there we call them the waddlers and the toddlers. They actually get to go out and pick almost every day, and they get to prepare it. They get to cut it up. They get to taste it. We don't use pesticides or anything like that, so they can just taste everything straight out of the garden. But they're also allowed to cut it up and like just experience it with different tools. And then if you see, that's my class in the middle with a lot of the different caregivers as well, holding the babies, helping out with the babies. And on the left, that's our salsa that we made. We made pico de gallo. And I asked anybody who had the mocajetes, I asked them to bring them in so we could do that together. So we had a lot of staff that had mocajetes, and then my students did as well. So we made it all together at the table, and the smells in that room were incredible. It was so fresh, and we shared it with everybody in our site. And then this other picture is the salads that we made together with all of my students. And I allowed students and staff to bring in the toppings, I mean, one of our students brought like this amazing chicken that she made. And then we picked salad, or we picked the lettuce and the cilantro, basil, tomatoes, and radishes in our own garden. And then everything else we added to it. But everything was fresh that we utilized. And it was fun for them to just be part of it. And each of the children, if they were past baby food stage, they came in and made their own plate of salad as well. And they got to taste it, and they got to put the fresh dressing on it. The fresh salad dressing was just lime and oil, and it was really healthy, but it was really fresh. It was wonderful. And this is just showing every day. I have I have the pleasure of this is my window. I get to look out the window and see this. And this is part of why I wanted to make a garden, because there's this open space outside my window, and I thought, what an opportunity. So I get to see them every afternoon come out and explore the garden, and they taste it, and they touch everything, and they listen to the birds up above. And I didn't show you the part B of this picture, but this is a radish. He took a really big bite, and the part B was a very like, ugh. It was a grimace. He was not so excited about that. And they just really have the chance to explore their senses. So all of their senses out in the garden when they head out there. I can see the joy on their faces while they're outdoors. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alicia.